On this week's episode of The Driveway Dudes, I'm going to be showing you how to change the high beam bulb and the turning bulb on your Hyundai Tucson. So a little bit of identification is needed. The first one is your high beam, the second one is your turning, and that round spotlight is your low beam headlight. Here's how to remove the bulbs. On the back of the headlight unit there's a circular cover. There's only one way to twist this, indicated by an arrow. The cover lifts away after it's been released. Don't lose this cover. Remember where you're going to put it if you're going to put it down, because I've seen a bunch of cars with these covers missing. The socket, the power supply to the bulbs, is just a push fit, so it pushes on and pulls off the prongs of the bulb. The bulb itself is held in place with a wire clip that's tensioned underneath a hook so that the bulb doesn't rattle around. Once the clip's been removed, the bulb just slides straight out. Avoid touching the glass part of the bulb, as this does reduce the lifespan of the bulb. If you do happen to touch the glass on a new bulb, make sure you clean it with some isopropyl alcohol or even some methylated spirits. Here's the cover. It just keeps dirt and moisture out of the headlight unit. These are the standard H7 headlight bulbs. Single filament, 12 volt, 55 watt. Probably the most common headlight bulb. Because these are so common, it's very easy to find extremely cheap replacement bulbs. This might be tempting, but I've learned the hard way that it's not really worth it. I used to use super cheap bulbs and stubbornly stuck with the decision, and I just ended up changing the bulbs every 6 months or so. I now suggest using good quality bulbs. They don't have to be super or crazy expensive or anything, and as usual I've left a link in the description below if you want to buy the ones that I use. As you can see, there's only one way these bulbs go back in. There's a tab or a guide around the edge of the stainless steel ring that fits inside a matching shape on the back of the headlight unit. The wire clip then hinges over the bulb and closes underneath the hook. Once the new bulb is secure, it's just a case of hooking up the power supply by pressing on the socket. Now that one I just demonstrated on was the turning headlight. This is a light that activates when your steering wheel passes like a certain point in the direction that you're turning, and it kind of lights up where you're predicted to be traveling. I demonstrated on this one first simply because there was just more clear access and a better view for the camera. I'm not sure if you noticed there, but the turning bulb has wires with a red stripe running up them, and the high beam bulb has wires with a blue stripe running up them. It's fairly important not to mix these up, and I probably don't need to explain why. Essentially, it just means that the wrong bulbs will be turning on at the wrong times, and it could be dangerous while you're driving at night. Removal and refitting is exactly the same for both of these bulbs. You remove the socket, unhook the wire clip, the bulb slides out easily, and then fitting is just the reverse of that process. In reality, there might not be any need to remove the turning bulb or the wires hooked up to the turning bulb if you're only changing the high beam bulb, but if you have large hands it might be worth the extra tiny bit of effort so you just don't get all scratched up. Here's just a bit of a better look at the position of the high beam bulb, and you'll see the turning bulb beside it. By the way, that's not really what they're called. I think that they are more commonly known as cornering bulbs or cornering lights. And don't worry, I didn't lose the cover. Replacing it is dead easy. You just push it in as far as it goes and then turn it as far as it goes, and that's the job finished. Well, that's it from me today. Remember to hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.